like you, excited it's 2021. Although I heard something funny the other day that it's not January 14th, 2021. It's just like December 38th or whatever the math, 47, 2020. But I don't know. I feel like we at least in our team at Venture Forward are just feeling, really, really just kind of a breath of fresh air that we got a little bit of a break over the holidays. Hopefully you did too. And just really trying to lean into what's probably like, sometimes a little cheesy on the New Year's resolutions part, but really just trying to keep our lift up a little bit and think about how can we make 2021 the best it can be and not get bogged down in how tough 2020 was. But we all certainly recognize 2020 was just an unprecedented year. We did a little bit of reflecting back on it and thinking through just the way that our community was hit, like almost monthly, it felt like, with some new challenge. It's really easy to kind of focus on those challenges, but what we as a group at Venture Forward and United Way have just been so impressed by and thankful for is how this community, the social sector, maybe as individuals we got a little bit down and bogged down, but man, as a sector, you talk about just the ability to lift up and plow forward. The work that y'all have done, the resilience that we've seen, it's just frankly inspiring and helps us at Venture Forward every day get up and keep doing what we do, because we have the ultimate privilege of our work is helping support you guys. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving us that opportunity, and we hope to continue delivering on that and doing it even better in 2021. So, with that, I thought that we would start with a little bit of an icebreaker. Patrick, you wanna guide us through that?
Sure. So this is where your pieces of paper are going to come in handy, and we're going to use your video screen to do this just for fun. So you see the little prompt question there. What's one word to describe your 2020? Now, I did say be appropriate, please. I know 2020 was a chaos for some people, but make sure. And then what I want you to do is, in just a second, I want you to show it. So you're going to put it up to your screen like this. You can see mine. It says virtual on here. And then we're going to take a little screenshot, and we'll kind of post these pictures somewhere, okay? That way you can kind of see them. So what is one word to describe your 2020? All right, everybody got one? I guess I should open up my clip, right? All right, throw it up there. Let's see what it looks like. Come on, put it up there, put it up there, put it up there. Ooh, survival. I see lots of great ones. Awesome, awesome. Taking screenshots, keep them up there, keep them up there. Keep it up. Wonderful, wonderful. And toddler, I like that one. All right, awesome. Very fun, very fun. Okay, now let's look ahead, right? So now we looked up behind, we saw some interesting comments on there. So what about ahead of us? Who's excited? What are you excited for in 2021? Put that up there. Write it down. Here's mine. Oh, I like that. Phil, I like the agile. Love it. Growth, I love these. Love them, everybody. These are amazing. Awesome. Awesome. All
Did you
right.
actually figure out the tech of getting screenshots of those?
We took a couple.
I'm so impressed. Good job. Those words, yeah, gosh, looks like 2021 is going to get killed by this group. I love it. Well, great, y'all. Well, we're excited about 2021 too. I know it's going to have challenges. I think we all know that that we're not out of the woods yet. That there's who knows what 2021 will bring us. But we, like I said, are just excited to be here with you guys, and just feel a tremendous sense of privilege to be doing this work in our community. So, thank you. Okay, so what we wanted to do, the whole point of today is really to just give you guys an update for what is going on at Venture Forward, some new things we have rolling out, maybe even just some things we've had before that you might not know about, but really just wanted to run through what we've been working on and what we're going to continue to be working on in the coming months, and invite you to join us in these various things that we have going. That really we did a big survey beginning of last year for our membership, and have done lots of kind of one-on-one outreach, trying to hear from you guys what you all need to drive impact in your organization and in our community. And so hopefully that's what we're responding to, and that you'll find some of these things that we're going to be doing beneficial. So with that, I wanted to start with a kind of call to action with a sense of urgency, that if you have not renewed your membership, now's the time. I think you guys probably know that as a part of United Way, we are definitely Venture Forward is in many ways subsidized, but we certainly also are very proud that part of what we do at Venture Forward is earned income. So we do kind of have a bit of a revenue center. We're not a total drag on the bottom line. But as we've looked at our revenue, we've realized that our membership prices are way below market, particularly from a statewide comparable. And in many cases, some of our workshops are as well. So we had originally planned on raising membership prices January 1. Obviously, it's a tough time right now. We know that for across the board. So right now we have pushed membership increases, and they're not going to be huge. They're just going to be kind of right sizing a few things here and there. But membership prices are looking at going up July 1st. So encourage you to get your annual membership locked in at the current rates sometime in the next 6 months. Next thing, another membership change or enhancement, I should say, is that we have been doing a ton of work, particularly led by Patrick. We have heard you guys loud and clear that sometimes you don't even know where to start, right? Like there's so much out there to kind of improve your organization or you as an individual, but how do I even know where I need to focus my energy? So we have put together, again, really Patrick has put together, has led this effort, a new organizational assessment. And this is a benefit that we're offering to every member organization. It's an organizational assessment where we will help guide you through a self-assessment of where your organization is performing well and where it might have some gaps and need some bolstering. And then the end hope is that you can then use that assessment to figure out like, oh my gosh, we really need to work on a revenue plan. Well, then let's work on our professional development around revenue. Or, oh my gosh, tech is a huge problem for us. We're going to need to figure out how to find some ways to invest in technology. So anyway, it's a great tool. Really hope that you will take advantage of that. And it is a free benefit of your membership. And you'll see that's a sample assessment there on the slide. So the other thing that we've heard is that kind of why we're doing this session as well is that lots of y'all don't even really fully understand what comes with your membership or how to take advantage of it. So one thing we've started doing, and many of y'all have attended, we're going to keep doing these on a monthly basis until people stop showing up, but is membership 101s. And that is with Ada. She's put a ton of work into putting that together. And it is just a quick monthly offering that we have to run you through what comes with your membership. So if you still don't know what all you can take advantage of after this meeting, or if you have new folks come to your team, really encourage you to send them to our monthly 101 sessions. And we have one today, actually, if you want to double dip, get lots of venture forward in for your day. The next thing that we've had, but also really are going to be bolstering and want to put this top of radar for you guys, is that we actually have scholarships available for our workshops. So it's only available to members. This is a member benefit, but we have heard feedback that sometimes our smaller, more budget constrained organizations, or frankly maybe bigger ones that just are having a tough time this year, don't have the funds to send their folks to some of the workshops. So this is something that we really encourage you to, if you need it, whether it's an individual or an organization, if you need it, apply for a scholarship. We don't want cost to be the reason that folks don't take advantage of some of the great offerings. So there's full details on how to apply for that. It basically involves sending an email to us, but that's on the member portal. Let's keep going. And then you guys all know this is probably one of our most used benefits. I forget how many jobs we posted last year. Ada would know, but it is always so we have the job board, and that is a member only benefit. So if your organization has an opening and you're wanting to put it out there, we have our job board. So don't forget to use that tool if you have any staff changes coming up this year. So as we keep going, so one of the things I just referenced is I called it the portal. It's kind of your dashboard portal, whatever you want to call it. Want to make sure that you all realize that as members, you have access to a members only dashboard through our website. And on that, Patrick's going to shift gears right now, and he's actually going to log in. I think. Are we going to figure that out? I think. Yeah. We're going to show you right now how to log in. So you go to our homepage, upper right-hand corner, member login. You actually just put in your information, your password. If you've forgotten it, you can reset it. Then you click login, and it takes you to what's actually a really useful tool, guys. On here, you can see all the upcoming events. You can see the discount codes to take classes and workshops at our alliance partners. Those are the actual discount codes you have to put in to get the member rates. There is, all sorts of ways you can see one another there. And then there's up on the right-hand side, can you scroll back up? On the right-hand side under quick links, that's where you access Grant Station, which is the database you can search to find grants that we added this year. We have a full online resource library of templates and just all sorts of resources for different subject matters. Anyway, that's where you do all the things that are member benefits. We really encourage you, if you haven't logged in later today, log in. And if you don't remember your password, get it reset, but figure out how to get logged in, because the dashboard portal is really very useful. So that's how you log into the portal or dashboard. I should pick a name and go with it. The dashboard. That's how you log into the dashboard. And then the other thing that we wanted to just make sure that you're aware of, talking about the dashboard, I think some people get confused, and this is just a function of our back-end system, but each organization has a bundle administrator essentially. And we really want to, we're trying to do a big cleanup of who those are, make sure that there's still people who work there. But, if you're the admin, and you're feeling like you don't have the support and tools you need to manage your team's account, reach out to us. It's really important that the admin, knows how to navigate the dashboard, and that's how you get new members. If you hire someone new, that's how you get them put into the system so that they have access to all of this. But anyway, really encourage you to take advantage if you're the admin to figure out how to log in and manage your team. And yeah, Patrick just said in the chat, we'll be sending out an email to all admins just to kind of get that cleaned up and working properly. Okay. So with that, that's the bulk of our membership enhancements. Really just want to let you guys know that we're here for y'all. If you have other things that you need just from an actual membership standpoint, let us know. But now we're going to transition into our different programming sections, and Ada's going to tell you more about our learning offering.
Thanks, Abby. Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ada Bobbitt. I have been on the Venture Forward team for about 2.5 years. And as Abby was saying, we're just really excited for this upcoming year. And part of that is around the professional development opportunities that we are just excited to share about. One thing that our team is really passionate about is not only focusing on your organizational growth, but professional growth for you as an individual. And so here are just some upcoming opportunities that you can keep your eye out for and think through as you plan for this next year. The first one I want to draw your attention to is around our 2021 workshop calendar. So as you all know, it's nothing new. Our team does provide various webinars, workshops, trainings around different topics relative to the nonprofit sector. So our trainings are up to date through the end of March. And one that I'm just going to draw your attention to, we have quite a few up, is our grant writing certification that is going to be beginning on Fridays in in February. And we're really excited about this specific certification because it is going to be a cohort of 8 people. So first come, first serve. Please make sure you register soon. But it's also going to be done virtually through Google Classroom. And so we're going to be using it as a test for potential opportunities later on this year. And so we're really excited for that opportunity. You can use the link that I shared earlier around registering for Venture Forward Membership 101 to access information around this this series as well. But just keep your eye out for our upcoming workshops that we specifically offer at Venture Forward. But we're also super, super excited to really just start marketing and making sure that you are aware of this statewide Tennessee Learning Alliance. And so if you are a contact of Venture Forward, which I'm assuming that you are, if you received any emails relative to today's session, you should have received an email this past Tuesday sharing about this Learning Alliance. And basically what that is an opportunity for members of the various nonprofit associations across the state of Tennessee to access the other organizations' learning benefits at discounted rates at the member pricing. And so as a member of Venture Forward, you have access to the Alliance for Better Nonprofit, Center for Nonprofit Management in Nashville, and Momentum Nonprofit Partners. You have access to all of their learning opportunities at member rates, which is incredible because now your learning opportunities as a nonprofit professional are expanded tremendously. And we're really excited to really focus in on our partnership with Center for Nonprofit Management in Nashville, who already has their 2021 course calendar up on their website. They also offer incredible certifications. And so as you are planning for this year and your specific growth as an individual, or if they're or for your employees, we really encourage you to take a look at these different organizations and what they have to offer, because our team, like we said, or like we're a team of 3 and we offer what we can, but this is giving you an opportunity to really expand those opportunities and offerings just only to continue allowing you to grow professionally. So we're really excited about this. To access discount codes, you have to log on to your Venture Forward member dashboard. And so that's why we wanted to make sure you knew how to do that. That is where those codes will live. They will change periodically. So just make sure that if you do see workshops that you are interested in attending, that you make sure to check back on the dashboard to make sure you have the most updated the most updated discount code. And then finally, we have received a lot of inquiries around diversity, equity, and inclusion offerings. And as we mentioned, our partners across the state have some incredible offerings that they have done a lot of work around developing. And so we would really encourage you over the next so long to look to them for those offerings until our team has time to really think through if that's something we want to develop, or if we want to just continue pointing you to these incredible offerings that they will allow you to attend. And so check out Center for Nonprofit Management and Momentum Nonprofit Partners in Memphis for those offerings. They have done a lot of work around developing them to make sure that they are valuable to you and your organization. And so with that, if you ever have questions around our Learn offerings, or even just more information around these statewide learning alliances, please feel free to reach out. We are happy to connect you and help answer any questions you might have. And with that, I think I'm going to hand it over to Patrick.
Hey, everybody. So I'm going to talk a little bit about innovation, one of our another program sort of areas. I'm the director of social innovation at Venture Forward. So this is like my bread and butter and what I'd love to do. One of the big things that we are about to get in really deeply is around ALICE. And if, for those of you who have not heard of this term, ALICE is an acronym, and it stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, and Employed. So it really speaks to those households who in our community who are above the poverty threshold, so they can't access some of the the federal or other services that are available to them, but they're kind of below the livable wage. And so I want us to be aware that this is a huge population in our community, and they're facing some deep struggles, especially struggles that are really preventing them from becoming a little bit more self-sufficient, and they just can't break through that cycle due to lots of different things. So this particular project is going to be a deep dive into that experience. So we're going to look at different, what we call personas or types of households. And we're going to try to really dig in to understand what is their experience, where are they hitting those roadblocks mainly, and are there gaps within that journey that perhaps we can improve collectively as a system of support for them. So that's something that we're about to get really involved in. United Ways across the country are all responding to ALICE household needs quite deliberately and intentionally. So again, if this is something that you're really interested in, I would love to know. We would love to have you participate in what we're about to launch here as well. The other thing we do with our innovation support is that we help with the United Ways Innovation Fund. Those agencies who receive the Innovation Fund investments get a little bit of coaching and support from us. So as they are testing and are implementing, using these funds to implement a new service, a new program, or a new feature at their nonprofit, we sort of help walk them through that steps and available for coaching if they need it and want it as well. The other thing is that, and you're going to hear Leslie Scarce, the CEO of United Way, talk about this a lot. She uses this term quite a bit. So if you think about the for-profit companies out there, Starbucks, Unum, whatever, they all have research and development departments. She really thinks that our innovation work, and really, uses this terminology, is like the nonprofit R&D. And so we want to actually fulfill that to some, to as much as we can, with our capacity, of course. And this is how we do that. We do that by looking at the system of support that we provide in whatever impact topic area that our community is addressing. So if it's, elder or older adult care, what's the system, the system map of elder and adult care that we all need to look at? What's influencing that system? Again, the journey mapping, just like we're doing with Alice here, we would be happy to kind of walk people through on how to do that. And then we do a little bit of social analysis as well, social impact analysis. All these are wonderful opportunities. You can contact us for a little bit more information on some of those. And then one thing we're about to launch more intentionally is really this academy, this learning opportunity about social innovation. So how can you all as professionals kind of utilize an innovative mindset to really deepen your impact through your agency and through your work? So you're going to hear a little bit more about that with some upcoming opportunities. So keep your eye on that. And then the last thing about, in our sort of innovation program area, and is of course, the excitement of our the hub for social innovation at United Way's facilities. We literally celebrated the grand opening January 30th, and then 4 weeks later shut down. So we are still, our offices at United Way are still closed, and that means so is the hub. We are not opening yet. We don't even have a date. We have a team at United Way who are consistently and continuously looking at our numbers and across the community, making sure that we're being deliberate about being safe and how we reopen. So we're going to continue to do that. And over time, as we get closer to that potential date of, hey, I think we're going to start to open up a little bit safely and with small numbers, we'll push that out to everybody. So at this point in time, we, unfortunately, the space is not permitted for use. However, we've also heard from a lot of you that you've all shifted gears a lot. So many of our agencies are doing remote work almost fully now. And that has created a need. And the need is, hey, we really just need a spot for our team to meet once a month. Or, hey, I need to sit down with an important donor, or I just want to sit around some other professionals and get to work, some focus work, and I just need a spot. I need to get out of my house. My children and my dogs and my cats are driving me crazy. All right. Well, that need, we're listening, and we're trying to figure out, okay, perhaps we'll do the innovative thing and shift and pivot, and perhaps change some of our features in our rooms to allow for hot desk rentals or reservations or room reservations, things like that. So we're sort of listening in and making sure that that we're responding to that as well. So stay tuned with more information as we get kind of rolling across the spring here. Oh, okay. And the next round of features for United Way, or for Venture Forward, really is around our connection sort of services. So these services are really about how to bring you all together as members of Venture Forward and as our community in general. So one of the things we're really, really excited about is this new initiative called Circles, Venture Forward Circles. So for those of you who are in faith-based institutions and organizations, a lot of you participate in small groups efforts. This is sort of a takeoff of that. As Ada had mentioned in our learning opportunities earlier on, we're a team of 3. We wish that we could facilitate and run like groups for all of you, but we know we can't. So we're really going to open the door and try to make this a little bit easier for you all to do it together. And so to do that, we're forming this new initiative called Venture Forward Circles, which are really peer-led groups. And they're groups for you all to join together, to get connected and to learn from one another and to really deepen your professional development and that experience. There's a little bit more information just so you understand what these are. There are really 3 types of circles. One are role-based. So these role-based circles are really about the position or the function that you perform at your organization. So we have a CEO or executive director circle. We have a finance manager circle. There's a volunteer manager circle. We have others that we would love to get going, program manager circles and others. And if that's something of interest to you and you're like, hey, I don't mind, I would love to kind of facilitate a role-based circle for my area, let us know. We would love to kind of get these going, a little bit more. The other type is a stage of career. We have several people in here who are master nonprofit executives and been in the nonprofit sector for 25, 35 plus years. We want to give you guys the opportunity to connect because we think that there are probably opportunities for you guys to deepen your learning and collaboration and for that as well. But we also want to pay attention to those who are coming kind of in the wake behind you. So those who are midterm professionals and are kind of new young professional nonprofits as well. We have a couple circles there. And then the ones that for me, I feel like I'm really excited about. This is our subject matter circles, and these are really in your hands. Subject matter circles are really for the leaders to define what they want to discuss as related to nonprofit, subject matters and topics. We have a couple examples right here: social innovation and creative confidence, Perhaps people want to jump into the Enneagram, and what does that mean for a nonprofit professional? I would love to be in that. Right now, of course, social justice and social impact is a large topic to talk about as well. We are about to launch new circles, and we're going to talk a little bit more in depthly about these. And if you're interested in them, they're free. They're part of your membership. And we have a couple information sessions. One's tomorrow and another one is next week, where we would love to tell you a little bit more about these circles. And again, if you are interested in potentially leading one of these, we're going to do a leader training on the 20th. And we would love for you to tell us maybe an idea that you would like to lead a circle for a season of time. Okay. So that's one really big new initiative. Just so you know as well, other nonprofit associations, as we have talked to them about this, even outside of Tennessee, are really excited about this. They're really eager to learn and see what is what's going to become of all these. The other big Connect initiative is, and some of you are familiar with this logo, right, is Slack. So we wanted to try to figure out and provide a way for you all as members of Venture Forward to easily communicate with one another outside of just always constantly getting to in-person meetings or using your email. So we have developed a workspace on Slack, and you all as members are a part of that for free. So this is our opportunity for you guys to do quick and easy updates. We have different channels that you'll see on the left on here on the desktop version, where you can kind of pinpoint what is the area of discussion. Again, we would love to tell you a little bit more about that. We have an overview session on Slack on how to use it January 25th at 11:30, just a really quick 30-minute. We're also, there's a Slack user guide as well that will walk people through this. Really, Slack, in the easiest thing, is an instant message portal. Okay, that's the easiest way to think about it. But it is secure and private for our members only. Okay. All right, and with that, I'm going to turn this back over to Abby.
Thank you, Patrick. So the last of our kind of 4 buckets of programming of our mission statement here at Venture Forward is around advocacy. So, one of the things that we're really trying to lean into and trying to figure out how to support better is advocating for the social sector and for nonprofits in general. And I want to be really clear that when we say advocate through Venture Forward, we mean advocating for all nonprofits. I know sometimes it's a little confusing because United, being a part of United Way, certainly we have a VP of advocacy who advocates on behalf of the impact focus areas that United Way has. But advocacy through Venture Forward is really about us as a sector, advocating for better pay, for PPP relief, all of the things that are just generally beneficial, charitable deduction, that kind of stuff, generally helpful for the all nonprofits. So just wanted to kind of clarify around that. So the first couple updates on advocacy side, we are really excited to be a part of the Chattanooga Nonprofit Alliance. If you're not a part of that, I'd encourage you to check them out on Facebook. It's just a loose coalition of all of us who are in nonprofits and really kind of coalesced coming out of or during COVID. And one thing that we're doing with that is, I think you guys probably remember before Christmas, before the holidays, a second round survey of the impact COVID has had on your organization. The Alliance will be publishing an updated report of impacts of COVID sometime end of February. So Venture Forward is really excited to share that out to our network as well. The next really exciting advocacy thing that we're doing is we're helping organize a city mayoral forum with all the mayoral candidates. So those invitations have gone out. The press release isn't coming out till this coming Monday, but you're getting the inside intel to mark your calendars for February 7th from 2 to 5 before the Super Bowl. We're with the big dogs here. We're going to be broadcasting along with the Chattanooga Area Chamber of Commerce, the Community Foundation, and UTC is helping us organize this. And then WTCI and WUTC will be broadcasting the forum that will be pre-taped with all candidates. And the reason it ties back to us is that the areas that we've asked them to be prepared to discuss their views on are around the economy, cradle to career education, as well as civic infrastructure in general. So all three of those tie back to the nonprofit sector and relate to our work, and really hope that you'll tune into that. The next thing I'd encourage you to do from an advocacy standpoint is, if you're not already following and getting the emails from National Council of Nonprofits, you absolutely should. They are doing a great job of advocating, in my opinion, of advocating just on behalf of nonprofits in general, similar to what I said before. They have a great newsletter that sends out updates of what's happening at the federal level, and their policy agenda. We've linked to it there. It's great stuff that you'll see us as Venture Forward, generally supporting and aligning with their policy agenda. And then the last thing that we're trying to do a much better job of is just communicating out to y'all when we hear big major updates. So, like when the second round of PPP came through, as soon as we heard about that, we pushed it out to you. We're trying to do a better job just through our own contacts and our own partners of tracking different legislative things happening at the state and federal level. And as we have a new mayor in the city, also at the local level too. So a couple of resources there that are linked, would encourage you guys to check out. And just wanted to put a plug in that if you're thinking about how am I going to get that PPP loan forgiven, or what's coming in the second round of PPP, we've got a webinar coming up next week that I'd encourage you to attend. And the Chamber of Commerce, Justin Groner, their VP of Policy, is doing a really good looking webinar tomorrow around just kind of an analysis of the latest federal stimulus package. So we've linked to both of those and would encourage you to sign up for those if that's something you're interested in. So the last kind of advocacy thing we wanted to announce is that we're going to be hosting we're gonna get back in the event business, y'all. We call us crazy in the COVID world, but we used to do a celebratory breakfast at Venture Forward. So probably last time we did it was probably a couple of years ago, and really coming off of the past year that we've all had, we just really feel that we need to have a gathering where we celebrate the work that you all are doing across the community. So details are still coming together, but sometime in early May, we're going to host a virtual event where we might even give out some awards, but just generally celebrate the impact that y'all are having, and a time for us to come together and socialize and probably hear from a cool, inspiring speaker. Again, details coming together, but just wanted to get that on your calendar and your radar that we're looking forward to honoring the work that you all have done. So let's see, with that, I think we're about to close it out, right, Patrick? We wrapping up? Just want to, go ahead.
Just a couple other things there, right? So this is our January calendar. Just a reminder about some upcoming things going on with Venture Forward. This does not include our sister associations, so make sure that you're aware of that. As we wrap up, I'm going to launch a poll here. And there are a series of different questions, and we would love for you just to answer through these. If you don't mind, this will help us sort of with our planning effort as well. So again, here's the calendar. I'm going to keep on going with our slide. If you're not a member of Venture Forward and you're listening in on this and you're like, wow, all these member enhancements and membership in general, remember that our membership prices will go up in July. And so right now is the time. I mean, guys, if you really wanted to understand how good of a deal this is, you should look around at some of the associations across the country and look at their prices. Even our sister associations in the state, we are way, way lower than them. And so, and we still will be, even when we raise our prices. So we will, this is the time to go and lock it in for this next year. We'd love for you to do that. And again, you're hearing about all these enhancements. If you are interested in knowing a little bit more about just how to leverage your membership in general for maybe perhaps some organizational goals that you have, again, contact us. We would love to at least set up a little 30-minute, conversation with you just to understand what's going on in your organization and what we can do to potentially guide you or point you to the resources and support you all need as well. Again, I'm going to plug the organizational assessments. We would love to help walk your team through the assessment process and give you a great report that you can react to, that your board can react to, and think about, all right, well, these are some things that we're doing really well at. Let's expand that. And here are some things that perhaps we need to look at in transparency and figure out how can we improve upon these. And then lastly, just around that, I want you to know that we actually have a network of consultants and partners that we are trying to strengthen. And over the course of this year, it's one of the big tasks that I have for myself is to really dive into that consultant network. And as we do these assessments and we give you guys these opportunities for professional development, we want to link you to these vetted and approved consultants who have experts. They have expertise in lots of different areas, and we want to connect you with them to provide you some guidance on how to strengthen those a little bit more deliberately. So stay tuned as that unrolls as well. And so lastly, we're just going to stay on for a little bit in case people have general questions. It's 9:45. We deliberately wanted to give people enough time to actually ask us questions if you have any. And let me look back through the chat. I don't know if you captured any on there, any questions that were in the chat. But if you have any questions, please feel free to speak up. We would love to help answer those. You can unmute yourself if you want. Is there a link to the organizational assessment option that you provide? There's not a link at this point. We are slowly rolling this out. We're trying to gauge what is our capacity to run these and offer them throughout the year. And so we're going to try to slowly do this. So if you want to email your interest to us, then I can send you sort of like the instructions on how that process works. That'll give you and your team, perhaps your senior leadership team and your board, an opportunity to say, okay, is this the right time for our organization? It gives you sort of like the parameters for making a successful assessment. So send us that. We'd be happy to send that out. We may put that instructions in the dashboard again in your member portal. So we may link that guide there so you can take a look for it there. Good question. Again, don't forget about the upcoming Venture Forward Circles registration. There are open circles. If you go to our website, ventureforwardnow.org/circles, you will see some links over there. You can view open circles right now where we're taking registrations. If you are interested in leading another circle, there's also an opportunity for you to tell us a little bit about that and get the ball rolling, and we can put that up into the list as well. We would love to generate as many of those as we possibly can. So it's really up to you all. Right. Another thing I just want to make
Patrick, you should just at least plug the one that you're going to lead.
Okay, thanks, thank you. The one that I'm leading is actually on creative confidence. And it's a book written by two brothers who actually formed probably one of the greatest design thinking consulting firms, IDEO. They wrote a book called Creative Confidence, and it's really about how every single person has creativity built within them. And it's about how do we untap that creativity? You know, each of us has that, but we sometimes get bogged down or burdened down, or we just perhaps can't find it. And so this book is, and this circle is going to be a series of us kind of really diving into that and reading the book, maybe watching a couple supplemental videos on it as well, and giving us a chance just to really unlock that. It's gonna be exciting.
Definitely.
Any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. And then last, I just want to say again, you know, contact us. This is what we want to do. This is why we exist, is to really support you, to help connect you, to help figure things out and point you in the right direction. If it's a tool or a process you're interested in, our contact information is up on the screen here. I would also say be sure to join Slack. pick the brain of other people in our network. This is your chance to do that. Again, we would love to walk you through that process as well on how to jump into the Slack. You can also connect with us through a direct message there as well. So.
Well, I think we'll stick around if folks have other one-on-one questions they want to ask, or if you want to go about your day. But we so appreciate y'all joining us today. We're so, as we've said many times, just feel blessed and privileged to be a part of this community and to get to do this work with y'all. So
Absolutely.
Here's to 2021. Hopefully it'll be better than 2020. and if not, we know that y'all have got our back, got our community's back. So just really impressed by all the work that each of you has done in the past year. So thank you.